welcome to ETimes and congratulations for Hey Sinamika. Like reviews are pouring in, praises are coming in. So, like, first thing, what's the best compliment you've received till now?
Oh God, I'm really happy. I'm so excited. Like a theater film, and it's doing well, and it's released in many languages, all the South Indian languages: Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Kannada, and I don't know. The last few days, I know everybody says you should just put off your phone, chill, whatever. But I'm so excited that I've been looking at everything that's been coming in, but it's very difficult to pick one. But I think what I've enjoyed hearing the most is people who have said things like she's the Navarasa Rani. Those things are very sweet. I like those. They're very sweet. But I don't know. I can't now think of one thing. But like everybody is very touched, and especially like their portions at the beginning is all like fun and there's a lot of comedy and all, and at the end I think people go out in tears and whatever. So I like that, and I believe there are a lot of parents telling their kids, "See, what did you see there? Learn from that." So those are all good things.
Absolutely. Like even your character of Mona seems pretty like layered, like a lot of emotions, as you rightly put it. Like there's comedy and it's pretty light-hearted, and towards the end there's a lot of emotion. So, what was the most challenging part you would say about this character?
I think building Mauna and Yaran, for example, for that matter, because the two of us are very playful at the beginning, and there's the love track, and there's a lot of. I mean, we have a particular kind of energy at the beginning, and that is also actually full of many different kinds of vibes and feelings. And then it goes into once Kajal's character enters in the second half, it it shifts gear the story, and her character was very clear. She's a very strong kind of intimidating kind of character. But for Mauna and Yaran, that is Dulkar and me, we had to go through a roller coaster of emotions, whether it's comedy or fun or being like fed up or being over loving or over caring or whatever, all those, and then going into that thing of loss and winning someone back, and love and realizing love and all of that. So I think building Mauna and was the most fun, I would say. And I think what was the most exciting about it was to have a great partner in crime like Dulkar. We are friends from earlier, and it's the first time we've been paired together, and I'm very happy that everybody's loving us together, because it was also fun working with him, and we really found our characters together. And Brinda Master, though she gave us a basic, we had a very well etched out script, very well fleshed out character wise, and Brinda Master knew what she wanted, but she also gave us a lot of freedom to explore and find it. Actually, she really gave us a lot of freedom. So I think that finding the character was a lot of fun, and just going through that whole roller coaster. I mean, as an actor, it's so much fun, and it's a light-hearted film. It's a fun film. It's not like it's not cinema that's going to change the world, or we're not making any kind of huge sort of it's just a sweet fun film, but very relevant to couples today. There is a very strong element of something real also in it, but it is a fun film. So all that was, I think, a lot of. It was good to play something like that, because I usually tend to get very like hectic love stories. So this was very light-hearted story. I enjoyed that.
Very beautifully described. I mean, it like sort of summed up your journey as well. So
Yeah.
my next question is actually about your characters only. So like we've seen you go through a spectrum of roles. There's Ajib Dasta, there's Wazir. Like recently there was like Girl in the Train during lockdown. So what is it like? What is it that clicks with you? What makes you say yes to a movie?
Usually, it's a roller coaster of emotions. I really enjoy that. But somehow, in these past sort of 10 years that I have worked, I've kind of, at the beginning, of course, you're fumbling, finding your way, whatever. And then I think it was only post the love story with money. So I started getting a lot of like really, really interesting love stories. And a lot of them were quite hectic, but really stuff that I really enjoyed because I could really immerse myself into that whole process. And I had really amazing directors who were writing for me, waiting for me. A lot of them are love stories. Like till today, a lot of the stuff that I get are love stories. It's not by design, but it just happened like that. But I also feel like maybe I also attract that kind of story because I enjoy doing love stories. And at the same time, I also feel every person's love story is different. So and everybody is different when they're in love. And so each of the stories that I have done and each of the characters I have done have been really different. Like whether it's Leela from Katriveli Day or Sujata from Sufyum Sujatyam or Samira from Sammohanam or Mauna or all these, or Mahalakshmi from Mahasamudram, they're all like Dahini. Dahini is the girl in Psycho. They're all like really, really different girls. And so you get to play it from a different place. You get to pitch it differently. You get to play it from a different place. You get to explore a different life. I enjoy that. I don't know what it is that makes me pick a film or not. It's very instinctive. It's very hard to describe. But I do know that the first thing that I'm excited about is working with a director. And of course, then the script and the co-star is very important because I'm very trusting, and I feel like I need to feel like a child on set, and I can only do that when I really can completely trust and be a sponge on set.
Also, like, you only mentioned so passionately, like the films and the characters which you've done. So, has there ever been a point where you had to turn down a movie? Maybe because of dates, maybe you could not relate to the character. Has that ever happened in your journey?
Yeah, it's happened. It happened actually quite recently, where there were some people, they'd given me a one liner of the script, and then they completed the script, and then I heard it, and somehow like it didn't it I couldn't see myself in it, and it didn't make sense to me. And I feel like I would be, I didn't learn acting. For me, it's like an instinctive thing, and I absorb what I'm given. And if I don't see myself there, or if I don't feel it, then I feel like I'm being dishonest. And the one thing I know how to be is transparent. So this happens very often. You hear a script, you like it, but you feel like, I don't know if it might not be for me, or it's interesting, but maybe not at this point. Or dates, like I had to leave another film that I was quite keen to do, and I was very keen to work with the actor. And I couldn't do it because the dates were clashing with Brinda Master's film. And I had said yes to Brinda Master earlier. But again, I feel like everything works out in the way that it's supposed to work out. You can only do your best, and I think you can only be the most honest to the situation. And that is one thing that I'll always be. And I always tell people straight whatever it is. I don't like to keep them in the dark. I don't like to keep them hanging, because I think it's very important. It's tough to put a film together, and as an actor, I think it's my responsibility to be very straightforward about these things. So I try to do that.
Also, so like obviously our industry is directly connected to the box office as well. So how do you feel about box office, like the ups and downs? How do you uh, like what is your reaction to those things?
It's really important because I think everybody benefits from a box office success. But somewhere I do also feel that a film is made by many, many, many people, and it neither the praise nor the rejection of it can be put on an actor's head. I think what an actor brings to the table is their discipline and their talent, and that is what should determine how they work and the kind of films that they do. um, Box office is super important for the business element of it, for the joy of it, for all the excitement, and for to make sure that the next time it is easier to put a project together and to do tell the stories that you want to tell, etc., etc., and all of it is very, very important. Having said that, as an actor, um, and as a human being, I think that I prefer to always look at the positives, and I don't like to be a bundle of tension, or I don't like, I don't like to be negative. So I feel like um, when you're doing a film, I think your intention behind doing that film is very important, and that's in your control. The discipline that you put in, the hard work, the love, the intention, all of that. Once that film is made and given to the audience and to the people, then it's theirs. And that is, there's a lot that goes into making that film a box office success. Apart from the fact that it should be a good film and well made, etc., it's also important that the day is right, the weather is correct, whatever the situation in the country is okay. There's so many other things that also go into making a box office success. So I always say that what the things that are in your control is the fact that you work hard, you enjoy your work, etc., and then after that the film belongs to the audience, and then it's the film's destiny. So that's how I stay happy and positive with films. Having said that, when you have a box office success, it's just the happiest feeling, and you're like, thank you people, thank you people, thank you fans, you're the best.
Very, very nicely put, actually. Also, like you have been like over a decade in Bollywood, in film, sorry, not in Bollywood. So, is there anything that you want to change about your journey? Any decisions you feel you should have taken differently, done more films in a particular language, explored more options?
So I came to Bombay and I started working. Like my first film came out pretty soon after I came to Bombay. So I would say like 2011 is when I really, really started um, acting, uh, and I feel like from then to now, like it seems like a really long time when you say it, but I don't feel like it's a very long time. I still feel like I just started. When I walk onto set, I still feel like I don't know anything. This is my first film. Oh my God, when they say action, what will I do? And this is not at the beginning of a film only, it's almost every day. But once that first shot of the day is done, then I'm super happy. Um, but I feel like I genuinely, I don't know, like how to say this, without sounding diplomatic, because it sounds like I'm being diplomatic or I'm being correct, but I genuinely don't have regrets. The only thing that I have wishes and I have dreams, but and I wish that I could have done something or something more or whatever, and I have dreams of, this is who I want to work with, that is who I want to work with, I want to do these kinds of stories. But I think those are very beautiful things to have for an artist. But I really don't have regrets. I think that not being somebody from the industry, not having a hand on my head, I've still had people who have loved me, protected me, given me good work. I work in 4 languages today. I'm working with some of the most incredible directors and co-stars. People are writing for me, and I think with every step I have learned something, and I'm moving a step forward. Is what I hope and I believe. Um, and I'm really enjoying myself. So now I don't want to like think of what didn't happen. What is the point of concentrating on that? I rather think of what is happening and how good it is and how fun it is and how much I'm enjoying myself. And the fact that even though I don't maybe have a film family that helps me or backs me, but I have so many people's goodwill and so many hands on my head, and so much love and protection and nurture from people I didn't know, and today I know them well, and even fans. I mean, for me to have done Manisar's Katravelli Day and for people to have accepted me for me to have done Sufim Sajatyam, for people to have accepted me in Malayalam, for people in Telugu to have accepted Samira, that was my first film, Sammohanam. It's, these are huge blessings. Now, why will I have any regrets? I don't want to have any regrets.
Very, very beautifully summed up. Like you like actually remember like each milestone from your journey. So like, and you like mentioned in between that you don't come from a film family. So who was your sounding board then? Like where do you share your ideas with? Where you bounce your thoughts with?
I think that a lot of people has grown over the years. There are people who I trust, who I can speak to. And I think the people who have really, really stood by me through everything is my team. I'm very, very close to my team. I have a bunch of people that I've worked with, and they're really my backbone and my family. And I always say, like, when a film does well, it's really because of them. And the fact that you know that I enjoy working so much is also because of them, and they keep me happy and positive, and they always have my back. And then, of course, there are directors and co-stars who I have built friendships with over the years, and who I really trust, and who I call, and I know that I can call them, and I know that they protect me, and they are fond of me, and they love me, and I have no doubt about it. Sometimes so many people ask, oh, so and so is do you think that the film industry, that people are crooked? And then I'm like, no, of course not. If you are transparent with people, people will be like that with you. And I always feel that if they mess with you, and if they are bad to you, that's their problem. It's their karma and their problem. I have no control over them. So I trust, and I really if I have a problem, I call certain people and I take their advice. But I always do what I think is right. At the end of the day, I will listen. But I feel like my instinct and my heart is so strong. Maybe my head is not as strong. My heart is very strong. So I listen to my heart always. Yeah, and usually it's fine. It's good.
So you've done like so many relationship movies and stuff. So what do you see in a relationship? Like romantic films you've done.
Yeah. Yeah, I love doing love stories. I think like love is the most important thing in the whole world. And everything happens because of love. Like not just between partners, but also mother and children and countries and just people. I think, especially lockdown has really made me understand how important your personal space, your family, your relationships, because they really fuel you. They also make you who you are, how you grew up from the time that you're small, and the decisions that you make, all of that is family. And the people who love you, and the people who really, really nurture you. And I think relationships are very important. And for me, I would always, give a lot of importance to a relationship. I would even go to the extent of saying that, sometimes it's so important, like even on set. And I feel like as actors, we are doing HR every day. There's so many people that you're dealing with. There's so many fans that you have, that you encounter. And it is very important to look into their emotional space also. Sometimes I don't know, I may be saying the wrong thing if people are different, but I'm very different. um, I am very sensitive, so it's very important for me to to nurture my relationships, whatever they may be, and I do take the time to do that.
Thank you so much for being such a sport and like taking the last bit also.
Thank you.